Welcome to the Hump podcast. It's Wednesday, June 25th, and I have two guests here. To my left, I have Mr. Go ahead.
Patrick Haye.
Look at that. I can't say that cool.
Added to you, doing my thing. We trying to, yeah.
That was the cul-de-sac. All right, and to my right,
A real newfie. I hate mainlanders too. I got screeched in 3 years ago. Griff.
just the one name,
Monosyllabic, like Beyonce and Madonna.
and Cher.
Yep.
And Cher.
I like how you pulled out Cher. You could have said Bono or anybody. You said like Cher.
Cher's my go-to person.
Right. The transvestite all want to look like face. Cher.
This is the first time on this I've had two guests simultaneously.
Two black ones too. This is like your African American month episode right here.
I was
It's
saying
the Nubian show.
Right. What up, Kenny Robinson?
I was saying to Patrick that I'm the minority now.
Right. Welcome.
Thank you.
Feel blessed, my man. Feel blessed.
Want us to do a whole bunch of stereotypical black people jokes? Let me hold your wallet. Stuff like that.
Let me order some chicken.
Right. You ain't got no ribs in your interview. This is the worst hump day ever. No ribs. A black man always got to have some ribs. No.
Do you do any of that stuff in your act?
I hate ribs.
No, I'm not joking.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
you any rib jokes in your act?
I don't eat wings. I'm so unblack. I probably had 6 wings my whole life. I probably have a wing every 6 years or so, just to make sure I don't like them still. I don't like the black and white joke. My ex-wife is white. I got 2 mixed kids, one whole black one and one whole white one. So
From the same woman?
yeah, but one of them just act more like me than the other one. The other brother just act real white sometimes. So that's my white son. So I really don't have.
What's real white?
I took them when they was younger. I took them to a store and I said, y'all can get whatever you want in the whole store. And my oldest son was Dad, the whole store? And he was all grabbing his arms and turning in circles. And he stopped and said, I love you, man. And I looked at my black son and he was like, it's a dollar store, dude. What you going you gonna give me some notebook paper and a pot holder? Let me get the erasers and some paper clips. That's the difference.
And Pat got no kids.
Nope.
No kids.
Nobody's called me yet.
Not yet.
I know that's right. You are, not the father.
Yep. I'm still playing roulette.
How old are you now, Pat?
I'm old, man.
You're old.
A lot older than you think.
All right, let me guess.
That sounded a little Sandusky.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
You know what I'm saying? Hey, little boy,
Yeah,
you want some candy?
I have to grab my wiener
You want-
on the couch.
That's your leg or is that mine?
That's all right.
I'm 43 years old, man.
Hey, really?
Yep.
I'm 43 in September, OG, and we both Libras. Okay, all right.
man.
Oh, you got that. Oh, Pat gonna be working forever in the acting business. And he shaved that beard. You looking at a 20-year-old, let me see your ID face. That's good, man.
I was gonna say max 35.
I was gonna say 34 at the
Yeah,
most, too.
43.
Me too. That's good, man. That's
Jesus
hella
Christ,
good.
you're like fucking Will Smith, just don't age.
How about that? And he's about 44. I think he just hit 44. That's a great compliment.
So it's Eddie Murphy.
As black people, man, we look like this forever. I'm
Cocoa
90.
butter.
I'm actually 91 right now. You understand me?
Cocoa butter. Cocoa butter's been saving black people for centuries.
Well, like
A lot of Vaseline, actually. White people should pick that up.
Well, it's like
petroleum jelly is something special. It's a youth sermon. It's a youth serum.
That was
A
the
youth sermon. I'm at church.
That's the payoff of slavery.
Right.
We get to look young forever.
We're gonna,
but we don't. But it's gonna be hell while we're here.
Yeah, that's all. You're so beautiful. Please bust up the Chiffero in the backyard, please.
Well, the cream thing was the bit in, one of the bits in Bill Burr's act.
Yeah, that's right.
But,
he talked about lotion
the
being
ashy.
ashy.
Yeah.
Who said that?
Bill Burr.
Bill Burr.
Oh, how about that? Good.
Oh, it's freaking funny as hell, man.
Oh,
You got to
good.
check that. That clip's on YouTube, man. Check that.
Okay, done deal.
His wife probably told him about that.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I think that's what he said. He said he realized that from his wife.
He got a
was
black wife?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
At the time, it was his girlfriend, and he was like, he was about to go out, and she was like, "Where you going? You ashy?" He was like, "Ashy? What the hell? He's never heard that."
That's funny.
And she scraped his skin, and it was all flaky and shit.
Yeah.
He goes, "That's ashy." And the joke about it is, you got to see how he does it, man. It
Okay,
plays
good.
out. He goes, because we miss, white people miss the whole ashy. That day at school, whatever. He missed that, but we know gun laws. Brothers always get booked with guns in the car.
That's hilarious.
And he does the comparison, and it's funny as shit.
That's good. That's good.
Who's your favorite comic?
I get asked that a long time, man. Today's the 20th, so I've been doing comedy 19 years, 2 months, and 6 days. And I have to say, Bob Hope, George Burns, Milton Berle, Steve Martin, Chevy Chase, Dom DeLuise, and then probably Eddie Murphy. But I like the old cats that they understood they could do comedy for 100 years. You know what I'm saying? Like George Burns was really doing Vegas at 96, like 96 years old, man. Like really ripping crowds still.
Rickles is getting out there. He's still...
Don Rickles is killing the game.
Yeah.
And he owns the Mean, too. So it don't... You know what I'm saying? Like, he was doing it with Fred Astaire. Like, when the Rat Pack, he was part of them, too, opening up for him, doing comedy. And just, like, the swagger of them cats. You know what I'm saying? That's always like George Burns. Swagger. I mean, the dude drank brandy and smoked a cigar every time he was on stage. That's OG, man. I don't know if I want to be on a regular circuit doing comedy till I'm 90, but I sure appreciate the road that they pave for people to. It's ageless, Comedy and music is the same thing. You'll always have a favorite song, just like you'll always have a favorite joke. Like you'll always remember a comedian, like you remember a Bruce Springsteen song or Cyndi Lauper song, something old.
Or a Cher song.
A Cher. Yeah. There you go. That's your girl.
Yeah. I think I just realized just now what OG stands for.
What does it stand for?
I think I know what it stands for.
What?
Is it Original Gangster?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I mean, I'm from Los Angeles, so the OGs was the ones that didn't get killed.
It's a white moment.
Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. We need to put some music under there. Rewind it. And now, a white moment. That's funny. Put a little... okay, all right. That's me. I'm always trying to stretch it. You could do a whole little jingle.
That could be a thing. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what that sound is. A white moment.
Let's let that die out there. I asked Pat this yesterday, but it wasn't on the podcast, but what's the, doing almost 20 years, what's the worst you ever got heckled?
I actually deal with hecklers. Like hecklers are only two different people, man. It's somebody who want attention or it's somebody that drunk too much. If it's somebody that drunk too much, you got to be empathetic on them and know, oh man. So then you talk about the people at their table. You gonna bring this drunk dude? What kind of friend is you? Take it off of them. Take all their power away and push it on like maybe the cute girl at their table who ain't never had nobody talk about her. But I do it with that. But a heckler that's just trying to be mean and want some attention, worst day ever for him. The worst heckler for me wasn't really a heckler per se, but I was talking about this girl at a table, and I was like, what is she, cross-eyed or blind or something? And she just cried out of one eye.
Oh, geez.
Right. I'm talking about it. Damn, you can't even see. You only crying out of one eye. You like a cyclops. But at her table was her dad, her brother, and her mom. And I'll never forget how her dad just leaned forward and looked at me like, as soon as this show is over, I'm going to kick your ass. Ooh. And then the whole time I'm doing comedy, I'm still looking at the table. Now the wife done told him, babe, come on. And he Then shrugged the wife off, pushed her away. Looking back to me, the daughter went to the car. The son, I did an extra hour just to try to out. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna care. I did when he finally left. I still did another 20 minutes just to make sure he wasn't at the car. Like, yeah. So to me, I'll never forget. That was just bad because I'm a parent too, and maybe that was one of the moments dude really could have came on the stage and like swung at me, and I would have understood it totally. But that's the only thing I regret. Probably I don't have any regrets, but I'll never forget that father who was like, I could see the waitresses. He was giving them money, like making it rain, looking at me like whatever. Nothing gonna stop me putting hands on this dude, like for reals. He wasn't laughing. I had the crowd rolling. He was nothing from him. So that's probably my worst heckler. I don't really. I can deal with hecklers pretty good.
Was that early on in your career?
That might have been like 3 years in. 3.5 years in, I was in Cleveland. I was in a different city I wasn't from, and it just really taught me quick, the fine line that comedians have. I'm more of a sociologist, man. I'd rather tell people I'm a sociologist than I am a comedian. That the fine line that we have between hurting people's feelings and disrespecting people. Maybe you go to a club, like a really hard black room, where everybody's smoking weed and half laughing, and you could tell it's a bunch of gang members in there. Like, it ain't just the talk about who you want to show. You know what I'm saying? Like, these dudes is clearly strapped. That's, here go your white mama. Strapped mean got pistols on them. So, it's a way you have to maneuver the funny to the not, we travel a lot, so you just can't go to a territory that you don't know and be mean to somebody. Everybody, and it don't matter what size they are. You don't know what a Newfoundlander got in their car. Like, everything ain't funny to everybody. And that's why it's up to us to make the common denominator of the room, which is the sociology in it all, to make everybody understand your perspective. So once they find out you're not being the mean black guy versus you just being a silly dude who's at work. Let's all not forget, I'm at work. We done got caught in a moment, but I'm actually working. This ain't what I want to do because I can't sleep. I'm an insomniac. I'm working right now. So whoever's feelings get hurt, you got to put all that together. But to me, the whole thing as a comedian, you just have to be able to be quick with your words, man. Like a musician who can walk up and jam with any band. That's what comedians are, man. We find that one thread, that one chord that everybody likes, and then we just ride it out and we just play these words like a musician. I feel like I go on stage with a blank canvas, and sometimes my sky be green and sometimes my grass be blue. And at the end, you can have it. So whatever it meant to you, is all yours.
That's some fortune cookie shit.
You stupid. After all that, that's what I got. I'd have rather said, you give it up for Cher right now. That was Cher right now. Cher is speaking that wisdom.
That's some fortune cookie shit.
Right.
That's what you get.
You just downplayed everything I said. Hilarious.
That's how we co-signed your shit right there. That's some fortune cookie shit.
That was nice. I mean, I'm an 8th Asian. That means a lot.
How about
that? Means
that?
A lot.
You just threw that out there. You're an 8th Asian, that's like we was all trying to. I'm a black. I'm a one whole black. Actually, you know what's funny? And in Newfoundland, I gotta tell them, since this is an Irish colony more or less. My great grandfather is full Irish, ginger, white boy. Red mustache, red hair. Moved to Alabama and found him a black chick. And the rest is my last name. So I'm probably an old Griffey or something. An old Griffin.
Or Flanagan.
Or Flanagan. I'll take Flanagan.
Could have been the mascot on Lucky Charms.
You stupid. That's funny.
What about you, Pat? I don't know if I asked you that, the worst heckler.
I actually got a knock on wood. I've never really had a terrible experience.
It's coming
on
tonight.
stage
I'm gonna help you. You never had one. I'm gonna give you one.
No, I never really had. I mean, every now and then you get people yell things out, but as far as like somebody really going at me, no, I never really like somebody really disrupting my show. No, I've been lucky not to deal with that. I got knocked on wood. I really have been lucky. Like people might say a few things, and I might respond to them, but not really that much. Like most of the time, it's just something real small, and I keep going on with my show, and it's cool. But I really haven't had to deal with somebody that's, yeah.
So how long have you been at it?
Me, just over 7 years now. 7-8 years. That's how long I am.
So what were you doing before?
I've always worked in restaurants, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What made you go to stand-up?
I've always been a class clown, you know, and as time is passing, that what if started poking at me, like, you know, you've been cracking up your boys and different people your whole life. What if you stepped on stage and actually tried to do something with it?
Yeah.
And I really started thinking about it, and then I started actually going to comedy shows and just watching, and when I was thinking about it, when I'm watching the show, that fear actually started hitting me, like, this is what I'm really thinking about doing? Like, I'm going to try that? I can't really, like, because cracking jokes with your boys and getting up on stage to a room full of people.
Oh, you funny as hell to your mama.
It's totally different.
Your mama be like, oh, look at Patrick. Patrick, come here and tell your great-grandfather that joke you told us when you was 10.
Yeah.
Like you 36, telling the same 10-year-old joke, making your grandparents laugh.
Totally different. So, like, for a whole year, part of it was just fear, man, just prolonging going on stage. But for, like, a whole year, just watching, trying to write my own stuff, trying to be like, all right, what am I going to do the first time?
So before you even went on, you went to clubs.
Yeah.
For 12 months, like just watching people.
Just watching. I watched people.
That is so weird. I went to one club. It was club held probably 350 people. It was 8 people in the club. And the dude who was there, I'll never forget, his name was Kevin Lee. Kevin Lee was a trick, like a carrot top dude, a black carrot top. That's what he was. So he had a bag with stuff in it. Well, the airline lost his bag. So at this show, with 8 people, clearly empty venue, he kept saying, man, if I had my bag, I would do this. So I finally said, man, but you don't have your bag. Stop telling her. And then he tried to start joning me, like, you know, oh, look at you sitting up with the oldest mama jokes, and I let his ass have it from the audience, and I started the next day.
Oh.
Like, so, but I wanted to be a comedian since I was 3, man. I never met one. I never seen one. I just wanted to be one. And my mother used to work at a convalescent home, and she would put the old people in half a circle, and she would say, go make them laugh. I'm going to clean their pissy sheets. And I would be a little kid saying, wake up, Mrs. Robertson. You got some slob on you, Mr. Johnson. Hey, if I could walk on the moon, I would walk like this. That was my first joke. I would slow motion walk to them. If they laughed or not, whatever, I was cracking up. They used to make me laugh. And I'd tell my mom, I killed them with the astronaut joke. She was like, was you funny? I was like, yup. She was like, was you real funny? Yup. She was like, yeah, I was cleaning shit while you was being funny. This is Johnson's, actually. So my mom probably was my first heckler, now that I think about it. Thank you, Mom. Thank you.
Putting things in perspective.
Appreciate you.
But yeah, man, you 20 years deep. So you started when you were early 20s then?
Yeah, I was probably 27 or so. And then I had joined the military. I did everything except, and I was working at a strip club as security in the front. So people would walk into this club, and it would be like this little part that you walked in before you had. So it was 2 doors. So you walked into this door, paid the money, got fresh. Then you walked into the door behind us. But I sat in this box with this other girl for a year and a half, man. Like, man, all we used to say was, what you gonna do when you leave here? And I was like, man, I'm probably gonna start comedy, man. Like, I could, just making the strippers laugh and all that, jumping on the stage, copying the strippers, and the girl Mimi, who was in the box with me, she took me to the comedy club and was like, "We going somewhere tonight. I said, "Where are we going?" She just come with me. And the comedy club actually was 2 miles from the strip club, but I just never. Yeah. I never even thought about it. Like, I keep saying I want to be a comedian. There go a comedy club in Washington D.C. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it was once I saw that I could win, and this is a big time comedian who was on Def Jam and all that. I was like, oh yeah, whatever. Yeah. I'm way funnier than him, and I think a lot of people do it that way. A lot of people do it your way. How'd you do it? When did you start?
Yeah. Well, gee, I'm much some fucking guy half your age. I'm fucking Jesus. I started when I was 16 in the Pre-Canadian Laugh Off.
Oh, that's hella cool, man. If I would have had a contest or something when I was in school, I would have quit school. If a comedian would have came to my school and was like, "Hey kids, this is a job you could do," I would have cut school, told the principal in her face, "Go ahead and write me up. I'm about to shadow this
wasn't
comedian."
at school. This was at Yuck Yucks.
No, I'm saying, but if I would have had a contest or, man, I would funny hell yeah, because I was doing the talent shows and everything at the school. But if somebody would have been like, yo, they got a real comedy competition, dog, I would have been. Dave Chappelle started that young. Dave Chappelle was 16
I think
in the
Murphy
club.
started that
Eddie
young
Murphy
too.
was sneaking in the club, and the old cats, they moms was coming to get them. You know what I'm saying? After they said I know a dude in Baltimore who's so damn funny. His mom drop him off. He get an hour and a half, and if he don't get up in an hour and a half, she coming to get him because it's still a club. You know what I'm saying? 21 and over in America, and I just think I think when you have that talent and you're not scared, you know how fearless. I was already fearless, but man, I was calling teachers by their first name my senior year in high school, like. Lisa, what we doing today? She'd be like, I'm your principal. Don't call me Lisa. Ain't you going to be Lisa in 2 months? When I graduate, I can call you what I want, right? You so crazy. I was eating in a faculty lounge with the, you know what I'm saying, cracking the teachers up like a grown-up, getting hate from teachers like, what's that kid doing in here, man? Stall him out. Joe, leave him alone. Just because he talked about your mustache, like I had it. Oh, man. So if I would have, I speak at a lot of schools, and I'm really into education, and we got some curriculums wrote and some different syllabi on creativity and how to stretch it at a very young age. And I speak at these schools because I always wanted somebody to speak to me. Like, I didn't care about school. I was cool on school. I wanted to be a comedian. I had scholarships, and they was like, I kept turning them down. I said, which one gonna make me funnier? So then I joined the military. I joined the Army just to spite my Marine drill corps father. And in the military, I copied Morse code during Desert Storm. So what that actually means is, at 18, I had a top secret security clearance to listen. So according to the military, I'm one of their best listeners, and I hear better than I talk. So most people talk better than they hear, but I'm actually the opposite. I hear everything. Like in a restaurant, it took me decades to sonar down my hearing everybody else's table and concentrate on just so. It's a blessing and a curse, man. I don't care what nobody say. You ain't supposed to hear every damn thing. Like, people say, you so attentive. I hear everything. Like, it's hard to not be attentive when the table 9 tables away is clearly talking about abortion. Mm-hmm.
So I just had a little reference joke there, but I was like, nah, don't say it.
What joke?
I was going to call it Professor X.
Professor X?
Yeah, see, that's why I didn't say it.
The hell?
Professor Griff, you mean?
No, fucking the guy from X-Men, the wheelchair who hears everything.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say it. That's why I didn't say it.
Yeah, and now a bad joke.
That's why I didn't say it. So I bit my tongue.
Things you should keep to yourself.
But the fear gripped me, man, because I started late. Most comics start in their early 20s and stuff like that. I started late. So fear gripped me, man. Well, and then starting out and being told it's going to be like good 4 or 5 years before you start making loot. I was like, sure, that time I was already like, 35, 36. Yeah. I was already old. So it was like, fuck, I'm going to be like 40 before I start seeing dollars? Really?
I think the fear drives you, though. I think if you can find a way to use it, it helps. Like, if you can convert it to energy, Because I think the fear just makes you, it heightens your senses, you know what I mean? So when you're on stage, if there is a heckle or whatever, you're on it. You know what I mean? Because you're already aware of where you are. I think it helps. I think it helps bad.
Motivated. Definitely motivated.
I don't know, man. I just never been a fearful person my whole life.
Do you get nervous before you go on?
No, I still...
After 20, I don't think it would.
I mean, I still... I love the... Oh, it's
the
about
rush
to start.
It's about to happen. There's a rush.
Ooh, it's almost my turn. You know, I'd rather not sit and watch other comedians. Like, I wish it was a green room so everybody could go on and if they funny or not. But I don't want to sit and watch comedians bomb. I personally love when comedians bomb. That's what you get. You was ill prepared. You know this game. You can't blame it on the audience. You can't blame it on nobody. That's what you get. Your jokes didn't go together. What happens is if you had that first joke and it don't hit, and you don't have no second or third joke that hit, then all your fear be present. You know what I'm saying? Then then it turned into, man, how many of y'all got thumbs? Anybody that came out of vagina, make some noise. If you ever blinked before, make some noise. Give it up for your host again. It turned into, but all you doing is scrambling for joke number 4. You know, as comedians, we got to be 2 or 3 jokes ahead. You know what I'm saying? But to me, I like my improv more, where I just like where the improv go because nobody know, and the whole room get caught up in the not knowing. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what's special about comedy clubs still, the intimacy. When people say the intimacy, you got to really, the intimacy. You could tongue kiss them, you could finger bang them, you could do what you want to. It's intimate. It's no, you know, when you do 500 plus, do your 25, your 45, but when you got that little club, man, you could talk, okay, let's be off record. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's what I've always loved that about comedy clubs. When I come to a different country, I try to make sure they understand that I'm not just a gimmick. Milton Berle said it best. He said, it's comics and it's comedians, and comics are people that say funny things, and comedians are people that make things funny. And I'm a comedian. I don't really know jokes like that. I don't even write them down in joke form. I'm always just having thoughts. You know, what if a midget had braces and dandruff? Damn, you can't win for nothing. You know, that's so a comic. Think of the opener, the middle, and can't never think of the punchline. It might spend a couple days on the punchline. Damn, if I can get something. But for me, I always had a punchline first, and I got to write around it, like how you. So it's still art though. I love the art of comedy. I don't think nobody's funnier than nobody. I think when you go into a museum, you know, and this is for people who don't go to museums, that's how you know you're not as artful as you think. But when you go into a museum, you might look at a piece, you might walk past a piece, and then one piece might go, damn, that's what I'm talking about. Now, you know you ain't no artist, but it's just one piece that always, so to me, it's a comedy museum. You know, you walk, you like who you like, and you know, the one you pass, somebody else might stand there for 2 hours, 2 days, but you didn't even look at it. So it's to each his own with comedy. But you have to string that common denominator. You have to bring them into your museum. You got to let them know it's going to get worse. Hold on. We got an hour of all this. Yes, same way.
No, you done?
Yeah.
Just kind of like ending abruptly. Like taking another breath. I agree with that. Well, me and Pat were talking yesterday about comedy competitions, about how they're, bullshit.
I hate them.
Yeah, because it's so subjective. I mean, how can, like if you're doing, like say you're doing a joke on a midget with dandruff and braces. Yeah. What if he's one of the judges?
Right.
You know what I mean? He's like automatically alienated. He's gone.
You know,
he's like one judge gone. Yeah.
You got a giant red marker for your ass.
Exactly.
You can't even do your joke that you know gets standing ovations.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Because today it's the midget who don't wash his hair good with bad teeth
He's
as
the
a
judge.
judge.
Yeah.
Damn, figure the odds. But to me, you got to do the joke.
You got to do the joke.
Hey man, I'll lose this, but guess what? I'll get some work.
Yeah.
I just never did comedy competition. I didn't never want to be an actor for a couple reasons. I hate the auditions. Well, the real reason is I heard you got to do gay stuff, and I'm from Cali. I'm from LA, and I was like, oh, gay, hold some balls for I'm good.
What?
I'm so
What kind of acting is
heterosexual.
that?
Right. That's what I was saying.
Gay
So
stuff.
yeah, you gotta do gay stuff, and I'm cool on the gay stuff. No offense to homosexuals.
You been doing gay
Go
stuff?
be gay.
No.
Yes, he's a Canadian actor.
nothing's
Wait till he
come
go to
across
Los
me that-
Angeles.
Do you cradle a nutsack?
Nothing's come across me on
They
this side of the border.
teabag nobody. You see
I don't
them
know.
lower 48? They be tripping.
I don't know what's happened
Oh, that's
on
fine
the
down
LA
there.
side of things.
That's why I don't go to the States. I hate the mainlanders, just for that reason alone. But no, auditions and just people judging you. We're such nonconformists, and the job that we have is unjudgeable. Like, it's just really, I'm looking at Last Comic Stand, and Russell Peters is a good friend of mine. But a lot of those comedians that's on the show is good friends of mine, too, on Last Comic Standing. But these people work. These ain't, Last Comic Standing to me need to be somebody who got less than 4 years or less than, like, right at 3 years, 4 years, you should have your comedy voice. You should know who you are as a comedian. You're not trying to be like nobody. My first 3 years, my first 2 years, I was just quoting my mama. Things my mama said. My mom is hilarious. I had one of those people in my life who just zinger, make you cry, snorkel laugh. This is my mama, So it's funny that I was raised by a lady who never got on the stage, and I got 5 kids whose father is a comedian. So my 7-year-old's timing, my daughter, I did a church, and when I got there, my daughter she was probably 3, and it was 2,500 people. And when she got there, she was like, "Man, when I'm going on," and I was like, "Hey, Jameson, it's a list. I got to bring on these gospel artists." She was like, "Oh, the host can't get his daughter on? Okay, it's all good. When you get a chance, big guy, try to throw me on the list." This is my 3-year-old. Every time I come off stage, she looking at me like, "I can't get 2 minutes out there. Let me get some of that." Like Jameson, it's a order and all. So she's starting to cry. So I go back on stage. I say, "Man, y'all want to see my daughter? She on my nerves." And they was like, "Yeah." So I tell her to come on. I'm on the middle of a big stage. So she walks to the stage, grabs the mic from me, don't even look at me, and go to the other far end of the stage. While I'm still on the stage, she said, "Y'all want to hear me do my mama?" And the crowd is like, "What did the little girl say?" Then she walked back to the middle of the stage where I was and looked at me like, "Leave. It's my stage." And she had him. And she said again, "Y'all want to see me do my mama?" They was like, "Yeah, we want to see you do your mom." She said, "Wipe your nose, clean your butt, always wipe after yourself, eat your food, clean your room, don't be nasty. My mama crazy." And she dropped the mic, and they stood up. In that moment, I just did an hour.
My mama crazy.
In that moment, they forgot me. But I love that. I can't wait to be Jameson's dad. I can't wait to be her dad's a comedian. How fresh is she gonna be with her words? You know what I'm saying? Our imagination games are like we just walk up to each other and say different things. The other day she came up to me and she said, "I got 2 people on the list." I said, "What you saying, Jameson? Watch out. I'm trying to watch this soccer game." She said, "I got 2 people on the list." I said, "Wait a minute, Jameson, did you make me a bouncer? Why I gotta be a damn bouncer?" She said, "Is your manager here?" This is how she talked. This is how we talk to each other. Like somebody the other day said, "Man, you and your daughter should do a show together." I don't want to do a show with her. I want her to get all her props by herself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't want her to be. She can sing, she can dance, she can act like she's a powerful. And then I got a 15-year-old daughter who writes. she's going to the Edgar Allan Poe writing camp for a week in Virginia on Monday. She got accepted. Your teacher had to put it in for you, and she's going to be the youngest girl there and probably going to be the only black girl there, too. But she's so fresh. But it's because I am. I know I'm fresh. I know, but I do it so my kids could be way better than me. Like, way. It's no selfish. As soon as Jameson's 7, I say by the time she's 9, I'm going to just walk her in to anywhere because they know me and be like, put her on. She know how to do it. I'm always timing. You know, we do acting. I make her read this script, and then let me see how you would do that, little girl. And, it's those little exercises that if somebody would have gave us, would have made you start sooner. I mean, he started at 16. That's awesome, man, to me. But what if at 8 and 7 you was doing improvisational exercises? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That you could walk on the stage with an improv troupe and do you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's what people don't. That's what's not teachable. You know what I'm saying? That's what you got to just jump in there and figure it out and learn your own way. But what if somebody helped you? Like, what if you really had a real mentor, not somebody who hated on you and got mad when you passed them? That's what happened in comedy. You be trying to be friends with people, and then you kind of pass them, and they kind of hate on you with the resentment a little bit. But comedy ain't personal. This ain't a team sport, or I would have been it. I just love the boss of me feeling on stage, because when you in a band, what if the keyboard dude come late? What if the bassist is doing cocaine? What if the singer and his girlfriend was fighting? They messing up the whole. You understand me? Yeah. You could be the best drummer ever. If the guitar player ain't on point, if the singer is mad and going through stuff, man, it's a waste. So, and then the drummer can't just go solo, like in the middle of a show, just, and now drummer time.
It's on me.
Yeah. I the same way, if I mess up, I get booed, we got to take that on the chin, is the same way. But if you rip, you don't have to share that with nobody. All that love you getting is laser pointed to you.
So I never had a funny. You came from a funny family, right? Funny mother.
Oh man, my mom was. I'm talking about my mom. Just never stopped, dog.
See, mine never began. Like I never grew up in a funny. No one in my even extended family. Like I have an uncle who drums. But there's no one funny. My dad just has the dad jokes. Right? No, man, Foley. Not right.
Not right.
Yeah.
Not best kind.
I'm gonna leave.
I'm gonna leave now, Dad.
Am I too old to get adopted? Yeah.
But that's good too, though. That you are that guy in your family, and then that just makes somebody else in your family go, "Oh, my cousin, a comedian in Canada." Like, you know what I'm saying? So they get the pull from it somewhere.
I had my brother, man. My older brother.
Hella funny.
He was that dude, man.
Oh, man.
He was that dude.
Yeah.
And, coming into high school, we shared a room, so every night was just jokes.
Oh, man.
Just endless jokes all night. I'm listening to him tell stories, him going out with his boys and doing all these. He has the craziest stories.
Yeah.
And if he ever stepped to the stage, he'd be a beast off the top.
Stories.
He would just have to start with just these stories. The way he could tell them, he'd paint this picture.
Yeah.
And it's just hilarious. His act outs were just hilarious. But he's like, because I don't got the balls for it. So
ain't that funny? How funny that? I'm talking about my mom could have been. My mom could start now and still do a hot 15. Like if I show her how to do it for real, she could do a hot 15 and get love because she's 60. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like
nobody like her. Nobody like her.
Nobody like her, but she like, man, I ain't messing with that mic.
Yeah.
I'll leave that to y'all.
Yeah. It seems like most comedians know someone that was funnier than them growing up.
Yeah.
I think that's why they. I don't know. Maybe that's why some comics go into stand up, because they see that in like a mother and go, oh, people should know about that trait.
Yeah. My mama funny, man. Like my mama funny, but my wife, she could be funnier than my mama. My wife is funnier than my mama, but then our kids are funny, man. Like it's just nonstop. I could do 40 minutes on my 7-year-old of just stuff she said, not even embellishing. Like we always joan each other in our house. Like we might say, "Oh, look at you, look look at the spikes on that candle right there. That look like your teeth in the morning. You might just start it like that. So my 7-year-old told my 15 the other day, she was like, oh, look at you sitting over there looking like Beyonce with no husband. Like, just the thought process is, you know, and then we tough on each other. Like when my daughter was potty training, if she would pee on herself, we would all boo her. Boo, you peeing on yourself? Nasty baby. And she quit. When she couldn't walk and she was starting to walk and she would sit down and get scared to walk and we would say, boo, can't even walk, boo, the whole family. Nobody in my family liked to get booed.
She just came out of the womb. Boo!
Yeah, boo, umbilical cord. Yeah. Boo. Who got a wire hooked up to their stomach? Boo.
Cut it yourself.
Tough crowd. Tough hospital bed.
You got the game on. What's the score here now? Still 1-0?
Yeah, Croatia up. You gotta love soccer though, because it's only like for I don't know how Canadians are, but America.
We don't even have a fucking team.
Yeah, America.
States is in it.
Yeah, States is Canadian. We don't have a team.
Oh, y'all don't have a soccer team?
No, not.
We have one. It
they didn't make it.
Good enough. Not good.
They not fresh. Oh,
they're stale.
I see.
Stale.
Well, they like Spain right now, sitting here watching the game. See, just like any sport, man, to me, I feel like if you in FIFA and I'm in FIFA on any given day, I can win. I won't look at somebody and see if their team is, they 71-6. In my mind, I'm saying they lost 6 times. They can lose. They can lose.
Yeah,
like that's the bottom line.
They can lose.
71-7, bitch.
Yeah.
Like, then if you don't feel like that, you gonna lose. So to me, everything can be a sport analogy for comedy, man. You got to go in there. You don't know who you playing.
Yep.
We don't know these crowds, but we know from our past history that we've won. We know in our formula, if we do this, this, and this, it wins. Now, if you got to take an L, it's nothing wrong with being 71-6. That is comedy is like baseball. You can't hit a home run every time, but you don't want to go into a slump. You know what I'm saying? That slump turned into your money. Like if you bomb at 3 clubs, there's some other people that was going to book you. That's like, I'm cool. I saw him eat an ass cake with a lot of frosting on it one time. You know what I'm saying? And they remember that forever. People remember you bombing more than they remember you standing ovation. They be like, oh man, remember that time in front of them 8 people though at that bar with the 6 people smoking in the front? Man, you couldn't get them. Shut up. Those don't even count. I don't think those should even count for your record. I think it should be a people minimum. The first time I performed, it was 4 people in the club, and they booed me. And I remember walking to the one dude saying, hey, man, how y'all doing over here? He was like, get the hell away from here, dude. And I was like, ooh, they tripping over here. And the bus boy laughed. And then I walked over there and was like, man, they really hard on that side of the room. Get your ass away from me. I said, well, damn, why did y'all even leave the house? And the bartender laughed. So on that day, I realized it ain't who don't like you, it's who like you. Yeah. I came to make somebody laugh tonight. I won. Yeah. That's a win. That ain't no, you 4 people, but a lot of people would have took that and quit. That's why I'm hard on new comedians, because if you quit, good. I hate a comedian that say, I used to do comedy. You don't get to be in our fraternity, man. You don't used to, must be nice to give up and go work at a store. You know what I'm saying? To give up on all your dreams because you had one bad set. That's why it be so hard for comedians who bomb a night. They trying to get on the stage quick again. Because once you get on the stage again and you rip, then you forget the bombing. But until you get on the stage,
that
you have a bad Tuesday, a bad Wednesday, a Thursday gonna suck. You and your girl gonna fight. You might get kicked out the crib. It get worse and worse and worse
until you bang out that good set.
You know what I'm saying? It get worse and worse. The devil might just show up and put a sinkhole under your house. And then you gotta go to church. The pastor might kick you out the church. You don't know what's gonna happen.
Did you think there's a point where you weren't going to make it?
I gave myself 5 years, man. I told myself for reals, I'm gonna do this. Once I said I'm gonna do it.
What was making it to you? Like in 5 years, what did you want?
I wanted to be on TV. I wanted to at least be recognized in D.C. I started comedy in D.C., but I'm from Los Angeles, so I wanted to be recognized as a comedian. I wanted people to say, oh, that's Griff, yeah. I saw that dude, that so-and-so, you know what I'm saying? In 5 years, I was going to get myself, well, in 3 years, I started in 95, and then in 98, they moved me to Atlanta to do radio. So in 3 years, I was on the #1 R&B station in the country, telling jokes. I had about 4 comedy nights. I had a Tuesday, a Wednesday, a Thursday, a Saturday. Like, I was working. People was like, man, how you doing all these? And you on the radio every morning. I was like, man, I don't care about the radio. I'm a comedian. I had to keep telling people, all them people, like, you a DJ? No, I'm a comedian. They just brought me down here because I'm funny. That's it. I have no other reason to be here except because I'm funny, because of my comedy. I ain't go to DJ school. I don't know where they do that at. Like, I ain't no broadcaster. Like, I'm just I never even sat down. I was 3 years on this one station. I never sat down because it was a microphone. I felt crazy. For 4 hours, I just stood up and I was crunk. And after 3 years, I had got on Comic View, probably my 4th year, and then Comic View again my 5th year. And then I was fine. And what I say to all comedians, man, is you got to find your lane. Like, I'm an author. I wrote a book for moms raising sons from the perspective of a son raised by his 15-year-old mother. And you would think it'd be a comedy book, but it's really a self-help book. To me, I'm super duper intelligent, and I just dumb it down with the comedy. So I would rather go speak at a symposium with a whole bunch of professors and doctors than make people laugh. Like, truthfully, me. We write curriculums, and I'm on some whole other stuff, man. But you got to find your lane. You know what I'm saying? They like my voice. So I can't do, like, even P do a great girl impression. We had all sat at the table and was like, at one point after you maybe did it the 3rd time, we was like, he do a really good girl. Like, that's hard to be a man to have a girl voice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do a girl voice. Here go me imitating my daughter, Jameson. Y'all want to see me do my mama? Here go me doing my wife asking me about Jameson. You let Jameson on the stage? Like I don't have no other voice. So
what's yours?
The girl's voice.
Yeah,
do your girl voice when she be asking questions.
God.
Watch.
What was it? Which
You were just saying, you? See, here go I got to change my head.
I got to change everything.
I got to contort to do it.
Suppose I had half a face.
See how his boy, just that highness make you say, oh, that's a girl. So in your head, you go, that's a girl. Now look at me. What if I had half a face? I'm a girl. Damn, you be messing with some manly-ass girls. That's cool, though. I'm a hater of impressionists. I actually love them to death, but people who can just, a good impressionist, man, can do anything. You can do Denzel Washington doing anything, picking his kids up from stuff that ain't funny. Denzel washing dishes.
Yeah.
As long as you can do the voice, like, and then when you can do, what if Denzel, Richard Pryor, Jerry Seinfeld, and Sam Kinison all worked at a car wash? Like, it's endless. It's really not fair. Like, Jamie Foxx can sing, won a Grammy, he can act, then he played the piano, then he a comedian. Like, people like him, it's hard to not love his hustle. Like, I saw Jamie Foxx the first time in 97 at Constitution Hall, and he came out, and he did 2 hours, man, and his first hour was straight stand-up, gut-busting stand-up. And then his second hour, he made him pull out a baby grand piano. And the dude just sat on the piano making parody songs just off the cuff. Yeah. I'm in Washington, D.C. Oh, man, he just a mimic. And I just remember going, awesome. So I'm trying to learn how to play the bass. Right now, I can play boom, 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 boom. So I'm thinking about bringing it on stage and saying, what's your favorite song? Any song you want. Thriller from Michael Jackson. Boom, 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 boom. What's your favorite song? Rio from Duran Duran. Let me see. Start fixing my things. Boom, 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 boom. That's all I'm going to do. That's all. Everything they add. They going to get it eventually. What's your favorite song? Whip It by Devo. Whip it, whip it, whip it, whip it. Boom, 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 boom. That's all I'm saying. But that's all gimmicky. But I figured once I feel like, I'm host this jazz thing, I might come out with my bass next to me and, this thing? Oh, y'all want to see what I can do? And I can't. And I think that's funny. That you got the whole setup. And what if you really can't play? Like a musician who say, thank y'all for, I named this guitar Lucille. And let me see if I can get her. Boom, boom, boom. And once you do that, they're going to say, okay. Then I'm going to keep doing it. And to me, that's stretching it. Where somebody's like, man, that ain't even funny, though. Exactly. It's the reaction. I messed around and told my 15-year-old daughter, I said, Justice, it's not that I always want to be funny. I'm in it for that reaction. Mm-hmm. If I write something that make the crowd go, oh, man, yes. That's what I wrote it for. Yeah. That reaction. I want y'all to be so disgusted that out your mouth you go, oh, why would you, oh, come on, not that's gross. I wrote that. So my daughter walks around the house bombing all the time and saying cornballio jokes. So I could be like, Justice, that sucked.
Like my Professor X joke earlier on.
Right. Like you would be my daughter. Justice, stop possessing Newfoundlanders. Stay in America.
Chappelle actually, he has a good analogy about comedy. He says it's like jazz music. He did this, I don't know if you've seen it like years ago on Conan. He did this jazz thing where he got Conan's band to play jazz music. Yeah. And he would do like bad jokes over it. He'd say, he'd have like Conan be the straight man. And they're like, hey Conan, you hear about the prostitute who got a sort of band's playing this whole time?
Yeah, jazz in the background. Yeah.
So he's like, hey Conan, you hear about the prostitute who got a vagina surgically implanted on her hip? And Conan's like, no. And he's like, yeah, she had it done. And Conan's like, well, why is that? And right before he says the punchline, Chappelle stops the band and he goes, because she wanted to make a little money on the side. And he points to the band.
Oh, just hack cornball. Yeah, but it's because even the crowd gonna go, but that's what you did it for. Like, it's even if you get booed, it's really a reaction. So you gotta quickly turn it around. Like, okay, I got booed, but man, look at dude's shirt though. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get this boo off of me. You know what I'm saying? And if you do it quick enough, you can catch him again. Yeah. And then everybody say, oh, you almost lost him. Yeah, but almost is in horseshoes. Yeah. I did.
That's a pure skill when you can lose them and bring them back up.
Yeah. But I think some people lose them on purpose. Not just on purpose, but I tell you what, man, if you do drugs before your set, you probably gonna have a bad. You asked me when I got heckled, but I had a bad set, man. I was smoking before the set, and this dude, I had known him since he started, and I put him on big shows with Shaq and Big Show. He was like, "Oh, this my guy. Y'all gonna love him." Man, I was so key. I was mixing punchlines with jokes, and I would say them, and then look at the crowd, and I was like, "But damn, what did I just say?" And it was awful. It was bad. So when I came off the stage, humbly, horribly, like, all right, Griff, wrap it up. Like, just nobody. I talked about this dude, and that was the funniest part. I remember him saying, "You welcome. That's what you need to say to me. You're welcome." So I got off, and I was just at the bar with my head down. People was walking past me. I could hear him say, "There we go. There we go, right there." And I didn't say nothing. And once somebody said, "He's terrible," and I said, "Now that's a lot. Now, come on, now, terrible is I'm right here." That was probably in July of 2010. And that was the rule to myself. It's cool to have a drink on stage, but I think when an artist can't go and be drunk in front of people and just draw something, they're going to be mad. Even if it's beautiful, they still gonna be like, that you still get judged. You know, look at him. Oh, he all drunk and sloppy.
I had that happen to me sober. I was playing a band and we got off, and the band,
so
the other band went up, and you know, the girls getting a drink at the bar, so we're standing there at the bar, and she didn't see us. So she turned around to her friend. She's like, "Oh my gosh, this band is so much better than that. That last band was just fucking horrible." And I turned around and looked at her, and we made eye contact. She went, just fucking turned and walked.
You knew but that was her chance to say, I mean, y'all wasn't that horrible, but she just stood up.
She stood up. Yeah.
I don't trust myself drunk on stage, man.
Yeah.
I'm too much of a lightweight. That's real. Like, I'm lightweight. Only one
we
time.
We went hard last night, though.
Man.
Ooh, George Street.
Newfoundland, George Street ain't a joke.
Oh, man, we made dude bring us home like hoes yesterday. He was like, so where y'all want to go next? Man, I wouldn't even be mad if you dropped me off at the crib. I bet you ain't going past my house. We could not do another club, man, because I was already finding myself getting stuck. Like, you know, okay, let me walk around.
Yeah.
Because I drank Screech. I like Screech, so.
The rum.
Unlike everybody else who's scared of it, it tastes like a Rumple Mints or something.
Did you screeched in?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Last night?
Been there.
No, last time I was here.
Yeah.
Indeed, I is me, old cock.
Yeah.
And long may your big
Long
jib
may your
draw.
big jib draw. That was what, 2 years ago for me?
Yeah, me too.
You got your certificate.
I got my certificate.
You got a plaque.
I got my, I got mine.
Framed.
Nah, put in plastic so I can get it wet. And what's that called when you get it?
Laminated.
Yeah, I got mine laminated. Who does that? Exactly. Because I know I was going to be holding it a lot and people going to be wanting to see it. And this is called Screech, so you let them touch it. They don't tear it up. If it's paper, they rip it. Your daughter, you got to whoop her for going through your stuff.
So, you Pat, do you wanna have a kid someday? Not with me, but do you want to have a kid someday?
There you go again with your share references.
Yeah, well, it would be cool. I mean, all kinds of factors that come into that. Like, got to find somebody. I don't want to just have a kid just for having a kid's sake. But, I think about that side of things every now and then. Be like, it'd be cool. Have a little me. Have a little me.
Now you're going to be an old dude. You're going to be 60 when your daughter is 5. And you're going to be like, damn, I should have did it earlier.
Can't keep up.
Yeah. Come outside and play, Dad. I lost my hip 6 years ago. Who is that?
Yep.
Who is that talking to me?
Yep. I'll be a different set of jokes I do on stage. Be freaking 60 plus, be like, yesterday was a trip. I changed her diaper when I was changing my own.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. It's I used to do a bit on stage. I can't even speak now. I used to do a bit about. Holy shit!
What's the matter, my dude?
I'm
Want some water?
having a stroke.
Lift your hands in the air. So big.
I used to do a bit about that on stage, about how it was hard to find that girl. You'll find her, Pat. It's okay, man. Go on eHarmony.
I ain't worried about it. It's just
What do you think of online dating?
Got a funny way of working out.
What do you think about the online dating?
Online dating.
What do you think?
Well, a lot more people are doing it than you think. That's good.
I know that's right.
A lot more people.
I know that's right. That dude making $3 billion on that
eHarmony
Match.com,
Yep.
eHarmony. Hell, it's a site that you could cheat on your spouse with. That dude make $2 billion a year.
Yeah.
So you can say what you want to about online.
Yeah.
Really what it is finding somebody cool from their profile.
Yeah.
Hey, you like to laugh? I'm a comedian. Let's work it out. You end up sleeping with them. It was just sex, and y'all got to keep it real with yourself.
Yeah.
Back online. You know what I'm saying? It's just you got to think, man. Can you imagine that back in the 60s, you could have slept with somebody in another city from looking at them online, meeting them somewhere, and sleeping with them? You just had to sleep with the whores in your own city.
Yep.
Now you can sleep with a whore from anywhere. Ain't that crazy? And if you like her, you can continue it. And if not, I could block your ass. I'll never have to talk to you again. Don't even be trying to. And then it ain't personal. And I think when you online date, you understand it is what it is. Maybe I catch me a good one, maybe I don't. But I get a lot of chances to catch.
Yeah.
I think people have just the kind of same view on it. I think just people that I don't want to resort to that. I'm better than the online. It's like, man, fuck, you don't meet many people doing that shit.
Yeah, a lot more people. That mentality's starting to break down a lot more.
It really is. Maybe 5 years ago,
a lot of people were like,
5 years ago, you could be a comedian and say, online. But man, it's just too many. If you ask the room, it's going to be more people that clap than more people that don't. Now, hell yeah, I met somebody online.
Yeah.
Beat her up at this hotel, too. It was awesome. On a Saturday in Vancouver. Yeah. It was awesome. I just got there. Yeah. Now they got sites to say, if you close to somebody, they got apps.
Tinder.
What's it called? Yeah.
Tinder.
If you close to somebody who's looking for somebody,
they let you know.
You can say, man, I'm 2 miles from you. What you doing? Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. A lot more people are doing it than you think, man, for real.
Did you ever try it?
Yeah, I've tried it.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, for profiles and shit like that. I've been online, whatever, came off.
Oh, mine actually was kind of good. My experiences, like the girls I've actually met, the girls I visually was liking,
they've been cool.
End up being hella cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, before I was married, I was just a bachelor for a long time. I was like him. I was a bachelor for like 15, 16 years, man. And I got to love myself. I know what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? But in the end, before I got married, I was just starting to be really lonely. I was going on the road, going to places. Okay, Croatia, we see you. Just knocked out Italy.
Holy cow.
Never saw that coming. They sick in Italy right now. That's just another reason to be a Croatian joke for Italian. What you call 10 Croatians? Winners at FIFA? The online dating, man, look at the Italian coach. He's sick. We're watching FIFA still, ladies and gentlemen. It might not be correlated to the exact date of this airplay, but one day Croatia beat Italy in FIFA, and we was all there, all three of us. So it was kind of cool. With online dating, man, and when you I figured out that when I was by myself, I got to go to all these cool places and perform in all these these islands, and they would always ask me, we'll fly somebody else in with you, and I never had nobody. I would bring my best friend who was a comedian, always trying to get him on the stage. Wherever I was on, you could get on. Absolutely. Like, without even, we're not going to ask them. You get my 10. If I got 50, you got 10 of mine. I'm going to do 40. It's all, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how we was close like that. But I think even when you friends in comedy, you got to draw a line. Like, because it starts turning into resentment. Yeah, and then, that's what it kind of turned into. Like, you always going to be the number 2 dude. Why you can't be your own number 1, you know what I'm saying? And I just figured I wouldn't mind being on a tour with George Lopez or something, but I'm not going to just sell out to be George's feature. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I do it for. I'm sorry. Maybe that's too maybe that's too fleshy or whatever, but I'm sorry, my dude. I ain't no fucking feature. Or, in America, we say feature is the middle, and then a headliner. I'm a headliner. I don't mind. I actually like hosting more than I do headlining. To me, the Canadians got it right. Y'all's hosts have more time than the feature most of the time, like that. But it makes sense because you can't trust somebody who only been doing comedy for 2 years at a club. And don't have 2 years make you do 7 minutes and go, all right, let's keep this energy going and it don't be nothing funny. Like, so I like the way the Canadians always make sure they host is strong so they could get the room back and that's pretty much because all you really want to do is, comedy clubs don't love us. Let's really keep it real. Mark Breslin don't really care for us. It ain't personal. He got clubs to open. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So when you start saying, oh man, I'm the best, they could swap your ass out. And then now how you feel?
That's all money.
Know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, I was getting standing ovation, swap you out. Damn. Like that? Just like that. Just like that. that was my signal saying that Croatia just beat Italy. I don't even look. Oh, we've been saying Croatia. It's Costa Rica. That make it worse.
Wow.
It's Costa Rica. They wasn't even supposed to be in the Ooh.
You fucking another update.
Damn.
England eliminated from contention for World Cup with Costa Rica's 1-0 victory. So there go Mickey Rooney and them. The World Cup is about to get fun, ladies and gentlemen.
Holy cow, all kinds of surprises. England's out, Spain's out, Italy got run.
Man, Costa Rica ass came up. Now that's the Cinderella story.
It was Costa Rica.
How long is your podcast?
It's put this way. It's usually an hour, but we're just
65 minutes. That's
two
good.
you fucking guys here, so it's just flowing, so it's good.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I think podcasts always have to be off the hip. I mean, you should have some questions. I do radio too, so we
So
do
do I.
a 3-hour show. So
So do I.
Do you?
Okay.
Yeah, right. Y'all hear? You should have saw his chest though. He looked at me just now like a Zoolander when he said that, with the blue steel face just now.
So do I.
So do I. He put his hands on his hips though. That's what y'all can't see. He had his hands on it. Superman style. I think even in radio, if you have 10 things I want to do today on the air, you might get to one of them, maybe. And then you're like, okay, I'm going to hold this over for the next day. And now you got another 10. But now, you might do the one from the Monday. So now you got 18 things going into Wednesday. And Wednesday you got, so all you do is, smart air personalities will keep a book. And then I just cross off without, okay, I want to talk about this on the way in. I want to talk about this. If I don't get to talk about it, I'll move it over. I'll save. Or I wait for that one caller to say, oh, that go to what I was going to say in the second hour like that. So it has to be organic.
Yeah,
if it's not organic, then the listeners don't believe it. Then it becomes very hacky. You know what I'm saying? How long have you been singing? What's your favorite song? You know, if you get a chance to interview Jay-Z, like how we sitting, and as comedians, we have to ask. I'm always thinking of the questions you never heard. People always going to say, what's it like to be married to Beyonce? How does it feel to be a father? What was your favorite album? You got to ask them things that, what did you do the first time they told you this album sucked? What about the engineer that said, man, nobody going to buy this Black Album? Like, what do you say to yourself when you know, and then that bring out the artists. Like, we artists, so DJs ain't artists, so they like DJs. That's the only, they got their questions. Hey, man, how long you been doing comedy? So what's your favorite joke? Who's your idol? Who do you know? These is all DJ, radio, morning show questions. But when you're an artist, you want to say, man, what was it? How many people, what was the biggest place that you bombed in that you didn't have? How many people was there? Oh, man, it was like 11,000 people in Jersey. I don't know, I was saying the wrong word. That's what somebody that's listening want to hear. Yeah. They don't want to hear all your success. How many Grammys you got?
Yeah.
13. Next question. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where they at?
Where the struggle? We hear about the struggle.
Like, what tell me more about when you was in, like, I love Kanye because Kanye got 13 Grammys. 11 or 13. Even if he had 4. That's a lot of Grammys for somebody who, but he got 13 Grammys, and his story, like, he was producing these songs, and Jay-Z picked up one of the songs. And now look at him and Jay-Z on the album. This all a decade ago. Yeah. Like, no, not even in 2005. Yeah, that's a decade. Yeah, but 2005 is when his first album came out. Like that's the longevity in the game. Like that's what you can do when you're an artist. You can meet other artists. Real people don't hate on each other. Real artists want to collaborate. Oh, man, we got to do a show together. Yeah. That's what a real artist will say. They won't say, oh, man, I saw him in Calgary. He was okay. They just say, immediately, Jay-Z, I want to do an album with R. Kelly. Let's do you the R&B king, I'm the rap king. Let's do something. Me and Kanye, you the biggest, I'm the biggest. Let's do something. Like, that's what an artist. My mom said, you have arrived when there's no longer competition. You know what I'm saying? I don't go to the comedy club and say, ooh, I'm going to beat Pat. Pat ain't going to be able to follow me. I'm happy for Pat. I'm happy for Adam. I'm happy for whoever.
Who the fuck is Adam?
That's that dude.
Am I Adam?
Early. No.
You called me Adam
Ain't
earlier.
the dude last night, Adam? Ain't it a real dude named Adam?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's a real dude named
You called me Adam earlier. So
Why you got mad just now, though? That's hilarious. I think you're supposed to stay in your lane, man. Stay in your lane and do you. Yeah. I'm a unique act because I'm American, for one. I'm American, I'm in Canada. That makes me unique already. I'm American, and I understand Canada. That makes me even more unique. So when I go to Africa, I'm not an African-American. I'm just an American. You know what I'm saying? So you yourself already are unique. You don't have to be, you know what I'm saying? It's just not a competition to me. I don't want to win for the end of the night. I just want people to remember me. That's it. They going to remember him how they remember him. But people think if you put 5 comedians in a row who all had 5 years, 8 years, 10 years, 7 years, 8 years, 5 years, all of them are funny. So it's not, you can't go out there and say who's going to be the funniest. It's really who the crowd liked the most. Yeah. It's who they like the most. Like, if all of us have had TV credits and everything, and we all go together, you're not vying for, I'm about to be funny than Pat, I'm about to make Griff have to work. Like, you're just going out there to make them remember you. Yeah. It ain't your business. Like, you can't, it ain't your fault if you standing at the end of the show and all the comedians is there and somebody walk up to you and say, you was funnier than all them dudes. Hey, y'all was funny too, but man, that thing you said about your mama. Yeah. Like, it's just how people feel. Like, they say, oh, he remind me of my brother. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I got a crazy uncle that's like him. Like, so they forget everybody else because you made them connect with something else. So it's just all about connecting, man. If you can't connect, you lose them. So it don't matter, black, white, Mexican, male, female, gay. If you can't connect, you lose them. And when you lose them, nobody cares what you are. You a loser. Yeah. You understand me? And then the whole crowd get to tell you, boo, you can't walk. Yeah.
Bring it back. Bring it around. Bring it around.
Yeah.
Do you find there's a difference between American and Canadian audiences?
Well, the Canadians are judgmental of my Americanism, first of all, because a lot of Americans is dumb to Canada. But like I was saying last night, they never tell us, when we were 10 in the 5th grade, when they pull down the map and say, you're going to learn the United States and all the capitals. And everybody go, oh, by the end of the semester. We're like, oh, no. But on that same day, they could have said, and over this is Canada. They just write Canada. They make the United States all these different colors. Orange, yellow, purple, green, red.
They separated it. You broke it down for you guys.
But and then on the top, Canada be gray. It just say Canada, and I'm the only one who know that's second A. That's Ontario. That's where, you know what I'm saying? But on that same day as children, they could have said, this is Canada, 10 provinces, 2 territories, none of it. They call they states provinces. And under here, this is Mexico. They call theirs states. There's 38 states in Mexico. Mexico City is the largest city on the planet. 47 million people. Like, who don't want to know that? That's in North America. So when you go to when I go to Africa, they like, ooh, y'all don't even know about Africa. We don't even know about us. We don't. It's not personal. We don't want to. Y'all's continent. We could put 3.5 Americas in Africa. So we don't know about if we only know a third about North America. They never, if you gave me $1 million right now and said, Griff, name 3 states in Mexico. It's not my million, homie.
I don't think I know 3 either, do you?
I'm just saying 3.
All I know is Mexico City.
And all I know is Mexico City, Puerto Vallarta, Tijuana. These is all cities. These ain't states. You know what I'm saying? Name 3 states. Just 3.
I don't know any.
No, I think Baja, maybe Baja is one because it's close to California. Like, and then that's one maybe.
How did you find out about Newfoundland?
I've been doing yucks since '96. I met Kenny Robinson in '96, and since '96, he really walked me into Canada. Like wherever Kenny could go, I could go. He'd throw me on. Brian McKnight was at the Hummingbird Center. They call it something else now. What's the Hummingbird Center called? In Ontario now. It's called something else now. But it's
Hummingbird. Was that down Young in Front? Is that the Sony Center now?
Yes. So I opened up for Brian McKnight there, and I never forget LL Cool J was there in the front row, and me and LL and Brian was in the back laughing, and Fubu Damon, who on Shark Tank, he used to send me hella Fubu stuff, like to wear on the road, product placement. So me and L got Fubu stories, and if I see LL right now, he's gonna be like, Griff, what's going on? What you doing over here? But Kenny Robinson really was explaining why it's hard for Americans to do good out here and different. Just really walked me into a whole nother territory that I'd never been. So when he asked me, did I want to go to Halifax, I always wanted to go to Nova Scotia because I heard the Ontario people saying, "Oh, what are you from Nova Scotia?" And the crowd would laugh, and I'd be like, "Damn, that's cold." Like, but then they told me all the black Canadians is in Nova Scotia, so they set it up for me. Kenny set it up for me to do St. John's. He was like, "You want to see Newfoundland? They're gonna love you over there, man." And it's the first time I came, I got an amoeba. You know what an amoeba is?
Yeah.
What is it?
Pat, you want to take this one?
It's a parasite.
It's a parasite. I was drinking the Newfoundland water for a week. And a month later, I had an amoeba on my large intestines bigger than my fist. And the doctors didn't know what it was, so they just told me I had cancer. They was like, "Mr. Griffin, you got cancer." And I told the doctor, "You got cancer." And he said, "I don't have cancer." And I said, "Your mama got cancer." He said, "Mr. Griffin, for real. It's something, it's a foreign thing on your intestines. We think it's cancer." And I kept saying, "This ain't cancer, man." They put me on an oncology floor for 5 days, and my neighbors was dying around me, and I was like, "Man, I don't have cancer." And I had a cancer hat that some old people had knitted. They give to the cancer floor. Got the cancer hat with the net. I look crazy as hell. I got the hat now too, just to look at. Like, damn, they really tried to tell me I had cancer, and I just laughed through it all, man. And they finally said, once they figured out, they was like, "Mr. Griffin, where you been? Like, you been?" I was like, "I was in Newfoundland." It's like, "You got a parasite. What was you drinking over there?" I said, I drank the water." They said, "How much water did you drink?" I said, I actually liked their tap water, and I remember being there the first day saying, "Damn, y'all got good water. Like, I'm gonna drink the water." And they was like, "Because it's an island." And so yeah, Newfoundland gave me an amoeba. Everybody who know me keeps saying, "Drink bottled water over there. Don't come back, amoeba. Amoeba." That's what my 7-year-old was saying, like the mouse from the cartoons. Arriba, arriba. She was going, "Amoeba, amoeba. Andale, amoeba." I got an amoeba in Newfoundland. Only me.
So what was it like? It was different for your body and you couldn't take it, or?
Dog, I had went to the hospital by ambulance on Monday because I had chills and shaking, and they said, "Mr. Griffin, you got a virus." I had diarrhea. I was just like, "I don't know what it is. I'm taking this medicine. I can't shake it. I don't know. I feel okay, but it's something my body is." So they said, "You be all right. You be good by Wednesday." I said, "Good. Thursday, I'm going to Texas to do this conference." Man, $8,000 they give me every year at this conference. So I was like, as long as I'm good by Thursday, I'm cool. So I just sit a couple days. So I fly out Thursday. Still not feeling real well, but I'm like, whatever. We're going to fight through this. I'm going to take all the medicine, whatever I need. You know what I'm saying? Man, Thursday night, it started on Friday morning and Thursday night. Thursday day, I got there at like 10 a.m., stayed in my room. We had a rehearsal at 7 p.m. Man, I looked all chalky, and they was like, Griff, you going to be okay? I was like, oh, yeah, let's just. I was drinking water. It wasn't. And it was getting worse. Whatever it was getting worse. My body was I was weak, man. And I was visibly shaking and sweating and having cold symptoms. But I was taking cold medicine. And I was like, man, I done took 3 24-hour. Like, this ain't, what's wrong? And Friday morning, they was like, that's enough. They put me in the hospital. And I stayed in that hospital in Texas. Now, mind you, I'm from Georgia. I live in Georgia. My wife was on a cruise, so I couldn't even contact her. So by the time she came home, she had all these messages, your husband in the hospital, and they told me I had cancer. Like, dude just walked in and was like, yeah, we're looking, you got cancer. But I was on morphine, so I called my wife, and I was like, guess who's a Libra but a Cancer? At the same time. At the same time. I still got the message. It's funny. So when she came in, she flew in, and she was just by my side. And now that the last 3 weeks, I was thinking to myself, what if I really did have cancer? And through prayers and laughter, I ain't get it no more. Because the first thing my wife said is, don't say it again. Do not say you got cancer again. What if it was just a white dude walking through the hospital telling people bad shit? Like, don't. Where is he? Tell him, tell me. Where's the guy at who told you? So we just had a different, that's when I really started thinking that comedy is healing. You know what I'm saying? All my friends are breast cancer survivors, but I was the one, the girl called me crying, Griff, I got breast cancer. I was like, awesome. Now you can get some better titties. Get rid of the cancer titties. Who want to suck the cancer titty nipple anyway? They was like, Griff, how could you say that? But then they was laughing because they understood. I'm not going to be the one to sit in the doom and gloom with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to make it funny. Somebody died. My uncle died good. He get to see Michael Jackson moon slide for eternity. How fresh is that? You don't want to moonwalk Michael Jackson on a cloud? Got to change people. We got to smoke and mirror people with comedy. Our tragedy is everybody else's comedy. And that's why I think Facebook is killing a lot of comedians, because now you got these comedians, oh, I can't get a gig. So-and-so is hating on me. The audience don't want to see your life. They don't care your baby mama really not letting you. They just want the jokes. Yeah. They just want the positivity. So when you a comedian saying, y'all pray for me, it's hard out. Oh, man, grow up. Yeah. That's what we do. Our pain is everybody else's not pain. I figured out that as comedians, we're going to have some bad days. Some really, really bad, incredibly painful, more than anybody else could understand, because we are the same people that can heal other people who have a day like that. So we got to take one on the chin. I got to have bad days. It's all good. It's how you deal with it. Oh, here go one of them days. I ain't going to let it get me down. Oh, my money ain't funny. Oh, they deposited you. Y'all know probably like me, man, my whole May got canceled. I had a nice May, man. My May was supposed to be about $7,400. Like, a nice May, going to lead into this even better June. July in Africa is going to float me into this. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. My whole May got canceled, man. Cancel. Damn, move the date. Cancel, no show, no deposit. I mean, you know. And at that time, a lot of people, that's why I say comedians need to be with somebody who really got a job. Like, your girl got to be a lawyer or a doctor. My wife in the military, she about to retire after 20 years. I got benefits. you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody can't be funny. Like, you know, no sense to both of us being actors waiting for the other one to hit, or, you know, somebody, you got to marry somebody with a base, though. so you can chill during them times, because you got to think, okay, I had a horrible May, but I had a fresh February, and I'm going to have other fresh, but this month, out of the 12, took a L. It's cool. I'll go 11-1 or 6-1 right now. You know what I'm saying? So you can't look at it like, oh, I ain't funny no more, man. What's going on? You just gotta. We work on a wave system. You know what I'm saying? You ride that wave out. I look at myself like a surfer a lot. The surfers don't be sad on the beach when the waves don't come. They just smoke and do other stuff and then get ready for the waves. So to me, comedy is you got to pace yourself. That's why I read a lot when I'm not on stage. I talk to people. I think it's important to, I want to go to the mall and see, I just want to talk to people. That's what we do for a living. And once you talk to folk, get them to come. Now you know more about. My first 10 minutes on stage will always be about where I'm at. It's just a formula that's worked for me for almost 20 years. I'm always going to let people know that I know where I'm at. I know where the mall is. I know where y'all's police is. I know where the crackhead. I know where and once you familiarize everybody with, once everybody start knowing you know where you at, then you become their favorite. I like him because he know about Newfoundlanders. I came up to Lukey Got a Boat and he painted it green. That was the first song I came up to yesterday. Like, how's this black American from California know our national song? You just I found it right before I went on. I was like, what's a song that every Newfoundlander will know? Like your grandma, your great auntie. And they was like, Lukey Got a Boat. Just bring me up to that. And it worked. I'm going to come up to it tonight. It's about familiarizing yourself. I think all audiences appreciate the research that you do. Yeah. I know Avalon Mall, Village Mall, and I'm coming straight from the airport. Dude walked up to me and said, man, how do you know so much about Newfoundland? Like I said, I got a awesome memory, which is a curse too, but I remember a lot. And I just had to have my guy, like you was talking to him yesterday. I was just asking him, what's the Prime Minister, the Kathy Dundalky lady or whatever? I did a joke about the malls, and then I threw in a political reference, and it just ripped. Like it was just. Without being all arrogant, I think sometimes we be on stage like, this is going to be fun. And like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like when you know you got them. Yeah. Like you had them yesterday when you was on. And I love I think comedy should be the host go out and rip. The feature come on and rip off the wave that the hosts are. And then they just set it up for the headliner. You know what I'm saying? I don't like when the host ain't funny, then the feature be funny, and then the host come out and then don't be funny again and say, keep that energy going. There don't be no energy. Like I like when a show is everybody is, or I don't like to see how are you though? Like when you on stage, how you like a show? Like I don't like to sit and watch the comedians in here because I don't want to hear your low self-esteem story about why you couldn't rip. Oh, man, they come to the back of the room. Oh, man, the crowd, they just, this crowd is different. They wasn't laughing at nothing. Don't touch me. Yeah. It's contagious. Don't touch me at all. Yeah. Like the Cooties. How you feel? You rather watch somebody set or just come in? I'd rather walk in the door and go right on stage. And don't know what nobody talked about.
I've been there both ways. There's some times where I'm like, let me check it out because for whatever reason you want to see what's going on, and there are other times where it's like I'd rather walk in and just do my thing blind.
Right. What about you?
I probably like you walk in, get on, and get off. Yeah.
It's just too much, and people say, "Are we nervous?" It ain't nervous. It just be a lot of anxiety before you go on. You know what I'm saying? You got to, damn. 10 minutes. Yeah. Come on. Hurry up. Get this dude off. Like that. But he's just doing his time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. He ain't doing extra. He just doing, he had 15. He got 10 left. So, to me, I'd rather be in a green room that don't have the TV hooked up to downstairs. Like, you can hear them laughing kind of through the walls, but I don't need to see a set. I like to really calm myself.
So luckily here, you don't have a green room. I was saying this to Pat yesterday.
I saw that.
You just fucking come out from the audience
Right.
Oh, I'm not
you at a table. Oh, that's not a table. That's the comedians.
Yeah.
So if it's packed tonight, where we gonna sit? Because that's the table where we was at. You know what I'm saying? That's a real table.
You stand, I guess.
I guess.
You don't feel bad because, I mean...
I guess they move that curtain up a little bit and you just stand behind it.
Yeah. We do the same thing here. Yeah, we do the same thing here. I did the Sirius XM thing. I saw him Pat. When I familiar with this, but that curtain, I don't know why that curtain is there. But it's there, and that's where we stood before going on. You just fucking stand behind the curtain, jerk yourself off, and go up on stage.
Fluffer. You're a fluffer. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for one of the best fluffers in North America.
What the fuck's a fluffer?
Oh, good. The fluffer is the people that keep the porn stars hard.
In between.
So while before the dude come on, somebody got to keep him hard. It'd be a girl. She want to be a porn star, but she not there yet. So she a fluffer. She just suck him up, and he just until he ready. So he be on the phone reading the newspaper. It'd be a fluffer. Yeah. So if anybody call you a fluffer, be very offended. Be mad. Get ready to fight. You just got spit at. That's what that happened. Yeah. You're a fluffer. Your mama's a fluffer. Okay.
Your mama's a fluffer.
Your mama's a fluffer is cold.
Yeah.
I
think I'm going to end it on that.
Okay. All right. And now, a fluffer moment. Your mama's a fluffer.
Your mama's a fluffer.
That's how you get started. And this week, you'll hear from Your Mama's a Fluffer. And Pat.
An hour and 31 minutes.
90 minutes. We comedians, baby.
That's Christ. Gonna have to fucking sum this up now. Thanks for coming on. Break a leg. See, by the time this airs, you'll be gone. We're gonna be at
Nova Scotia.
Nova Scotia.
Actually, we probably gonna be
going together.
leaving. Yeah, we probably either gonna be leaving Wednesday. We got some more days in Newfoundland to be out. For a mainlander like Pat. He got to suck all this in so he could go back and report to the rest of the mainlanders how y'all really be acting. A lot of the Newfoundland jokes and lore just be hearsay. I heard all their houses is colorful, and I heard they drink all the time.
I heard they're all fluffers.
Yeah, but Newfoundland ain't nothing but an island like any other island. Jamaica, it's a lot of pride here. Yeah. I was going to get a tattoo of the Newfoundland flag. It's a lot of pride, and I'm down with people who love their people. You know what I'm saying? It don't have nothing to do with, but they Newfoundlanders. I love the music. I love I like to see them here. When you talk about Newfoundland, you know what I'm saying? That say a lot about the culture, and they love themselves.
Yeah, Pat, where's your love for Newfoundland, huh?
Got mad love for Newfoundland.
What the hell's that, huh? Where's that, Pat?
The screech came in, the whole thing, kissed the fish. I was there. Did it.
Nah, it's good.
On my knees, looking at this dude in his raincoat, the whole get up.
On your knees.
That's the way they made us do it.
Did you fluff them?
There's about...
This could be a thing now. This is going to be a constant word now, and then when they're out.
You don't ask me if I fluff people. The hell's wrong with you? But that whole get up, that was a trip, man. Yeah, flip, getting screeched in. I got my certificate. That was 2 years ago now, the first time I was here. Yeah.
Hey, you come like once a year.
That was like 2 years ago, man.
And you got into the night. But thanks for coming on.
Thanks so much, bro.
It's all good. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
And break a leg in Nova Scotia. You'll be there by the time this airs, so unless you die on the plane, which you won't. Why? Don't think about that.
Your ass. All right, then, Cher. You've been a wonderful host, Cher. Loved you and Sonny. Y'all have a great day. Get your fluff on.
Thanks, guys. See you later.